So for step 14, attaching the rear lower arms. Well, we're essentially going to do what we did with the upper arms, where we need to put these together, put the little P7 pieces into those holes, attach these two bracket pieces as well, and then we're actually going to install them into the back. And then there's this piece, which is going to lock in the differential that we put in on the previous step. So all of that is going to secure the back end. So there are our screws, and there are the lower arms and the other pieces that we need. And again, these are off Parts Tree T, so we're going to have to be a little careful when we're screwing this together because we don't want to strip anything out. So I'll set this up and let's put it together. So let's work on this side first. Now, if for some reason you've cut these off and you weren't paying attention and you go, well, how on earth do I know which one was which? Because they look the same. You'll notice that this side here, the left side, the indentation is there. Whereas if you use this one, it's on the other side. So that's how you would know. So let's grab this piece. You can see that we need to grab the T5, and it's not going to matter which one you grab, they're the same piece. That is going to sit just like that. So that's obviously fitting inside the indentation, just like that. And we're going to screw it in from the bottom, and you're using the MA4 screws, so these are the smaller ones. So we'll screw this one in. And again, when you're screwing this in, you are going to notice that the screw's going in quite easily. And that's because this is the softer plastic. So again, we want to make sure that you go to the end, which I'm doing, but you want to make sure you don't over tighten. And you can feel it. So I'm just going to the end and calling her done. So that's what that would look like, and we've got to pop this piece in here just like that. So that becomes our rear lower arm on the left. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We've got to put this piece in just like that. So we're going to screw this in. I mean, it is very noticeable that you're screwing these screws into a softer plastic, because as you spin, it just doesn't feel like you're getting much resistance. And that's why you've got to be even more careful when you get to the end that you don't strip them out. Tighten them, but don't go too far. Excellent. And then again, we're going to take this piece here, and we're going to pop it in. There it is. And there we go. So there are our two rear lower arms. So now that those are done, we can move on to the second part of this step, which is attaching them to the chassis and putting on our rear gearbox plate, which will hold the differential in place. So the first thing we need to do is we need to grease this up. And just because this is the easiest one to see, we'll do this one first. So we'll grease up the two ends. And the other side. And there we go. And I'm just going to grab our chassis. You can see that the hole is right there. So we're going to pop that one in. And I'm just going to leave this right there for now. And we're going to do the same thing with the other side. So let's grease the whole thing up. Same again. So you can see that is going to sit like that in the hole, just like that. Now, again, if you remember, I'm trying to make sure I don't let this fall out. So you can see here that those two ends are going to fit into those two holes here. And then we've got two screws that'll hold this all together. So first off, let's put that on, slide those into the arms, just like that, and now it's in place. Now I'm just going to clean my fingers a little bit here. But now that we've got this locking the differential, I'm not too worried about moving it because I can hold it on both ends, just like that. And you can see that we've got the two screws that are going to go up and into there at the top. So let's screw this one in. And remember, this is from parts tree A, which means it's going into hard plastic. So we're going to know when we're at the end. There we go. As soon as you're at the end, it just stops. Like you can't really strip it out. It's fine. So there we go. That is how that's going to look. And you can see that that is now complete. And of course this isn't moving anyway because that little piece, well, see, the rubber cement didn't do a whole lot, but it's okay now because everything's locked in place. But there is our rear end, rear front, our top and bottom arms. So step 14 is complete. So now we're going to move on to step 15, which is the rear uprights, and we're also going to be moving to bag B.